Welcome to the Rise of the Trades podcast, the show dedicated to helping you to build, grow, and scale your trades or construction business. All rise for your host, Craig Wilkinson.
Welcome to this week's coaching episode of the Rise of the Trades podcast, where we help trades and construction business owners to skyrocket leads, explode net profits without having to graft 60 hours a week and becoming that busy fool. In this episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to build an automated marketing funnel that's going to generate you pre-vetted leads on tap whilst you are sleeping. But before we go there, I'd just like to remind you all that you have literally got less than 2 weeks to secure your ticket to our Rise of the Trades Summit held live in Sheffield that's happening in 2 weeks' time. If you want to join the highest gathering of professional tradesmen and women that are coming together to spend the full day with me and my team live, where we're going to be networking, I'm going to be doing a big coaching session all on generating leads from social media and personal development, all wrapped into one unique hybrid in-person event. You need to get a move on. We've only got a handful of tickets left. If you want to come to Sheffield, and we've got tradesmen and women travelling from all over the UK to be with us, you need to click the link in the show notes and the description of this episode. Head over to our Facebook group and community where you'll be able to get the link to secure your tickets. Now, let's transition over to this week's coaching episode. Now, this episode has been born out of all of the questions that have been submitted to us on our live Q&A marketing and business coaching sessions with our Growth Club members. In the fact that for weeks now they've been asking, Craig, you talk about automated sales and marketing funnels, but what is one? And how do we build one? And what goes into one? And what are the benefits of one? And why should we consider one? So literally 2 weeks ago, I put a live coaching session on where our Growth Club members joined me on Zoom, and we went through this entire strategy. And at the end, we've had that much positive feedback from our members learning this new skill and this new way of marketing. And actually already starting to see results for those that have started to take action. I'm like, hang on a minute, this needs to be shared with the wider audience. More people need to understand what these funnels are and how they work. So in this session today, I'm going to be giving you all of the 4 different steps and processes that you need to go through to build an automated sales funnel. Now, admittedly, I can't live demo things on an audio podcast. What I can do, though, is I can give you the strategy, and then if you stay tuned till the end of this episode, I'll let you find out how you can get access to the recording of the session that I did that gives you the live demo and shows you everything working. I'll give you that link at the end of this episode. Now, as business owners, we know how important it is to start to be generating leads. But when I talk about generating leads, you'll hear me talking about pre-sold, ready to buy leads. And what I mean by that is pre-vetted leads that you put your potential prospects through that determine whether they're time wasters or not. And if they're a time waster, we need to get rid of them. And I want you to start to generate pre-sold, ready to buy leads in their highest concentration coming to your business. But I want the leads to come through whilst you are sleeping. Let me explain. Most trades business owners are doing the exact same marketing and the old school tactics as everybody else. And they've been doing this for the last 20 years. And no doubt you'll be doing the exact same. And when I mean old school tactics, I'm talking about these 5 things you are likely to be doing in your business. And you know what? For some of you, you won't even be doing these basic 5. But let me just explain what I mean. These 5 areas that almost every single trades business on the planet has tried or is doing now are the following. Write these down. Number 1, you'll be using social media to try and generate more leads. Number 2, you'll be using what I call lead directories, such as Which Trusted Trader, Checker Trade, or Bark. You may be using printed literature, such as leaflets, or advertising in glossy magazines or local church magazines. Paid advertising on things such as Facebook or Google. And the number 1, which is one of the most powerful forms, is word of mouth. You're relying on word of mouth, referrals from happy customers and clients. But either way, as a trades business, at some point on your journey, you will try and attempt some, if not all of those 5. Now, every other mother crusher on the planet that's a trades business owner are doing the exact same. So what sets you apart from everybody else, all your competitors, in a 15 square mile radius or wherever you're listening to this episode on now that does the same trade as you, what makes you different to them? When everybody's doing the same bog standard old school marketing tactics to try and generate more leads, what makes you stand out? And these 5 simple strategies are what we call your attract strategy. In other words, you're using social media, lead directories, printed, paid ads, word of mouth. You're using them as what I call your attract strategy. In other words, this is the marketing activity that we're doing to attract our target market in their highest concentration to our business. And then, once we've attracted them to us and they're all aware of what we do, your job then is to get them over to one of 3 ultimate sales tools. So write these down. Your ultimate sales tools where you need to be driving your attract strategy to are as follows. Number 1, your website. Number 2, landing pages. And number 3, funnels. You see, when you're putting posts out on social media or running paid ads, you need to drive that traffic back somewhere to find out more information about you, your business, and your products and services. And the traditional way of doing that is to send them back to a website. And that's been the case for the last 20 or 30 years. Now, the challenge here for some of you is your attract strategy is nowhere near enough. And what I mean by that is, if you're just relying on any one of those 5 bog standard old school marketing attract strategies and you're no different and standing out to anybody else, you're not going to generate an avalanche of leads and you're certainly not going to grow and scale your business. You see, what I teach my Growth Club members and Inner Circle members is you need at least 20 different ways of attracting your target market to your business. So you're 15 strategies short already because you're just doing the same as what everybody else is doing. And if you don't get to learn and understand what these other 15 strategies that are missing are, you're not going to generate any more leads. and dramatically scale your business within the next 2 or 3 years. Why? Because you're not doing anything different to what anybody else is doing. When you look at what my inner circle members are doing and how they're attracting people to their business, they're not just relying on these bog standard 5 things. There's 15 extra strategies that are bolted onto their attract strategy. And the more people that we can get eyes on our business, then the more chance we've got of converting them. So number one, for many of you, your challenge is your attract strategies that you're doing now. You haven't got a strategy to them. You're just winging it and making them up. Let me give you an example. Social media. Most people that are listening to this episode will be banging random posts out at random times to a random target market that are never going to buy their product and service. Why? Because you've not got a social media strategy. You're winging it. So number one, you haven't got a strategy around the basic 5, never mind the 15 strategies that you're missing. So the first thing we do is tighten up on what those 20 strategies are themselves. But then once we've got that, we've then got to have a strategy around your website, your landing pages, and your funnels. Because some of you might be doing the hard work and using these 5 attract strategies to drive your traffic to your website. But there lies the next problem. Your website hasn't got the right 16 fundamental features on it that it needs to turn it into an inquiry generating machine. Again, you've got no website strategy. You just had a website built for $3,000. You've thrown it up on Google and you're expecting a miracle to happen and an avalanche of leads coming in because you're expecting to get to number 1 on Google. And many of you that have invested into websites haven't done that. Why? Because you haven't got a website strategy. You've got a pretty looking website that you've sent live, but it's not going to be an inquiry generating machine. Why? Because you've missed the 16 fundamental features that you need on the website. So can you start to see what I'm saying here? You're not doing enough of the attract strategy. You're doing the same as everyone else. And the only place that most people are sending their traffic to is a website that's not being built correctly. It looks nice and pretty, but it's not converting. But that's what everybody's doing. So if we don't learn the new way of marketing, we're not going to generate any more leads than what anybody else is doing. And we're going to be left at a ceiling point where we can't take our business to that next level. Why? Because we're not generating enough quality leads. So here are 2 podcast episodes that I want you to go back and listen to at the end of this episode, because these strategies that I'm talking about now, I go into in a lot more detail on 2 dedicated episodes. So write these 2 episodes down. Episode number 16 is called the 16 killer features that you need adding onto your website to turn your website into an inquiry generating machine. So in other words, if you've got a website and you are not generating high quality leads every single day through your website, then clearly there's something wrong with your website strategy. These 16 features I cover in depth on episode number 16. You need to go away and get these 16 features added to your website. Now, the next episode that I'm going to suggest that you go away and listen to is episode number 30. Number 30. Because I'm talking about websites, landing pages, and funnels. And this is where we're going to drive all the traffic back to. Now, I've got an episode that's dedicated to the benefits, the pros and cons, if you like, around websites versus landing pages versus funnels. Which one is going to generate the most amount of leads for you and your business? Now, ultimately, if you follow what I teach, you will end up with a website that's generating your leads. You'll end up with a landing page that's generating your leads. And you'll end up with funnels that are generating your leads. you will end up with 3 ultimate sales tools. But to start off with, we've got to start off with 1. And what I'm asking you to do in episode 30 is, once you've listened to it, for you to then decide on which way you're going to go, websites, landing pages or funnels. And then you're going to go away and you're going to build out that strategy for one of the 3 that I've just mentioned. Again, ultimately, we need all 3. But let's get 1 done first, and then we can get the second and the third one done. And if that takes you the next 12 to 18 months to get all 3 built, then fair dues. But in 18 months' time, you will not be able to keep up with leads. So episode 16, episode 30, I'd like to listen to after this episode. Now, what we're going to focus on for the remainder of this episode is building a funnel, an automated funnel that's going to be working whilst you sleep. And if we've got the right attract strategy, in other words, we're using 20 different proven ways to drive your audience and your target market from these 20 different strategies back to an automated funnel, then your automated funnel will kick in and be working whilst you are sleeping, which means you get up the following day, you check your inbox, and you've got a series of people that have been through your funnel that had followed your call to action and potentially booked a home or site survey with you whilst you were sleeping. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover in the remainder of this episode. What I'd like you to do now is grab a notepad, pen and tablet and make notes on what I'm going to be sharing with you. And again, at the end of this episode, I'm going to be sharing how you can get the recording of the session I did a couple of weeks ago that demos all this to you at the end of this episode. Now, there are 5 things that we're going to cover, and I'm going to break these 5 down and tell you what each 5 is now. So write these down. Number 1, we're going to talk about the difference between a website versus a funnel. Number 2, what is the actual purpose of the funnel and how does it work? Number 3, the 4 stages to building an actual funnel. Number 4, what goes into building the funnel? What different aspects go into the funnel? And number 5, the software that you're going to need to build your first funnel in. So they're the 5 things that we're going to cover off. Let's start with number 1. What is the difference between a website versus a funnel? Well, let's start off with what is the purpose of a website to start off with, because a website strategy is completely different to a funnel strategy. Let me explain. Traditionally, websites are built to rank on search engines such as Google and Bing. And if we get the SEO, the search engine optimization, right on our website, and we've SEO'd our website for the keywords that people are searching for to find our type of business, then our website should start to rank on Google. Now, the better the SEO is done on your website, and also with you having the 16 features on your website, Google are going to start to rank you higher. So the better the website is built, the more of the right SEO that's done on it, and if you've got the 16 features on, your website will start rising and going up and ranking higher inside Google. And the holy grail is for you to get your website to page one of Google for all the different search terms that people might be searching for to find your business. Regardless of industry, sector, profession or trade, right now, as you're listening to this, there is someone on Google typing in keywords to find your business in your local area. My question to you is, why aren't you coming up page one, position either 1, 2 or 3? Because when you get your website to position 1, 2 or 3 on page 1 of Google, for all the different search terms that people are searching for, or all the different products or services you offer, you are going to start to turn your website into an inquiry generating machine. So the sole purpose of a website is to first of all rank in the top 3 positions on page 1 of Google. In other words, your website strategy is your website being found on Google by as many people as we can. That is what a website strategy is. And the second part to a website purpose is for you to give your target market all of the information that they're going to need to determine whether they've got confidence in you and your business being able to solve the problem that they have got. In other words, your website becomes like a brochure. In the fact that you're going to ram your website full of all the information about you and your business and your products and your services, and a gallery so they can look at past work, and blog articles and service pages. Everything about you and your business goes onto a website. So your website acts as an informational brochure about your business, giving people all the information they need about all the different products and services that you offer. But how they find the website is by taking to Google and typing in things such as boiler installations Sheffield, builder in Leeds. Are you with me? So that's the purpose of a website. Now, the challenge around websites in today's day and age are websites, write this down, stop the sales process. In other words, when somebody goes through your website and leaves you a lead and fills in your contact us form, your website is going to generate you the lead, but 9 times out of 10, it brings a stop and a halt to the sales process. And what I mean by this is, it's okay having your standard contact us form on your website, but what happens if somebody fills your website out at 11 o'clock at evening when it's convenient for them and they're doing a Google search and they find your business and they put their details into your contact us form, but it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday evening and you're in bed? You're not going to be able to do anything with that lead until the following day. But let's face it, in reality, most trades business owners don't act on them leads immediately. Why? Because you've got 1,000,001 other things and loads of other plates spinning. And especially if you've already got work booked in, you're not going to prioritise that lead because you've got other things to do. So therefore, that lead could sit in your inbox for a day, 2 days, even a week before you decide to take action on it. So can you see why I'm saying now that websites stop the sales process? Because when somebody goes through the contact us form, it's then up to you to physically, manually pick that lead up and make contact with that customer. Now, you might say, Craig, that I'm busy, but I always get back to leads within a day. That's great, but within that day, you've still stopped the sales process because how have you vetted the lead? Why have you not sent the lead to book a home or site survey with you automatically? They're relying on you. So contact us forms and websites will always stop the sales process. And in today's day and age, customers want speed and convenience, and you're the same. You don't want to wait anymore. People's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. When you can buy something off Argos and have it delivered same day, that's the level of experience that people are now expecting. So somebody filling out your contact us form on your website and then having to wait 2 days for you to get back to them is not acceptable anymore. You've stopped the sales process. So the businesses out there that speed up that sales process and give that potential customer the convenience of being able to keep that sale moving through without them having to do a great deal, and keep that communication going and keep that sales process going without anything stopping them, is going to favour the companies that have that in place. And that is what we're talking about with a funnel. So think about it. Website strategy, the purpose of a website is to be found on Google, and for your website to give that customer as much information about your business so they can build enough confidence up in you that you can solve the problem. And then what you're generally relying on 9 times out of 10 is the standard old-fashioned contact us form that they fill in, but then that stops the sales process because now they're relying on you manually to pick that lead up and do something with it. Now, let's look at step number 2 of 5, and that is, what is the purpose of a funnel? Now, the purpose of a funnel is to not stop the sales process like a website contact us form does. The sole purpose of a funnel is to send your attract strategy to a dedicated page that we call a landing page. Write it down, a landing page. And on that landing page, the only thing on that landing page is the one product or one service that you want to offer or sell to that customer. So, for example, me being a joiner and building contractor by trade, if I had a website, on my website, it would say I do loft conversions, basement conversions, extensions, refurbs, maybe garage conversions. Why? Because I can offer all them services and do all them services. So those 5 things would be added on my website. What I'm saying a funnel starts off with is taking one of them products or services. So let's say, for argument's sake, a loft conversion. And instead of sending traffic from social media back to your website to find out more information about a loft conversion, where they can get lost in looking at basements that don't actually float their boat, or refurbishments which they're not after, or an extension which they don't need, they're now on your website looking for loft conversions, but there's that many different distractions on your website, from your About Us page to an introduction about you, to a gallery page, to your reviews page. All this is distracting them. Whereas a funnel, what we do is, instead of putting everything on a page that you offer, all we do is we add loft conversions onto one page. So if I was doing social media posts around offering loft conversions as a service, I wouldn't send them back to my website. I'd send them back to the beginning page of my funnel, which in this case we're going to call a landing page. And on that landing page, the only thing they can find out information about on that landing page is loft conversions, not refurbs, not extensions, not garage conversions. They all sit on the website. If I want to get more loft conversion business, I need to send them to a page where the only thing that's on that page is information about loft conversions. That way, I've got more chance of people that are interested in loft conversions finding out exactly what they need to know, because on that landing page, there is no mention of any other service. There's not even any social media icons to take them off that page and send them back to your YouTube channel or your Facebook. We strip all that off. All them distractions come off. And the only thing in this example that will be shown on that page is information about loft conversions and loft conversions alone. So a landing page is basically one page that offers one product or one service. If they want to find out everything about what you do, you'd send them to your website. But if you're wanting to sell one particular product or service, whether that's boiler installations, solar PV installations, whether that's be rendering a house, whether that's re-roofs, whatever it is you're selling, you need to build one page that we call a landing page, and the only thing on that page they can find is information about that one product and service only. Now, once they've hit that landing page, we don't want the sales process to stop. So if it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday evening and they've hit your website, they're going to go through your contact us form, as we've already said, and it's going to bring the sales process to a halt. Now they're on the landing page, the next thing that we need to do is send them to the next part of the funnel. And the next part of the funnel would be a vetting form. And then once they've gone through the vetting form, perhaps the next part of the funnel would be a home or site survey appointment calendar, where now you've vetted them, you can send them straight to a calendar where you set the times and dates of when you're going to do home or site surveys. And then they choose the date and the time because they've been vetted, so they're not time wasters. They select the date and time. They book that in at 11 o'clock on a Sunday evening that then triggers an email and text to them confirming that, and then sends you an email and a text saying that this particular customer has booked in a survey at this date and this time. So when you get up on a Monday morning, instead of just having a contact us form filled in, like you do on a website, where you've now got to contact that customer, and let's face it, you might try and ring them straight back, but they might be getting kids ready for school and it's not convenient that the phone's rang. Or you might ring them during the day and they're employed, so therefore they can't answer the phone. Now you've stalled the sales process. But with a funnel, all you do is you get up in the morning, you look at your inbox, and overnight you've had somebody hit your landing page, get pre-vetted through your vetting form, book an appointment or site or home survey in with you, and they've had automated emails and text messages confirming it. So you just get up on a Monday morning and you've got people booked in for surveys without you even doing anything. So while you're sleeping, you're generating pre-sold, ready-to-buy leads that have already booked a survey in with you. So you're not stalling the sales process anymore. The funnel and the automation is dealing with all that whilst you're sleeping. So the difference between the website and the landing page, the website is designed to be found on Google and is an information brochure about everything you do. Funnels are designed for you to drive social media traffic or paid ads, or that magazine article that they've just seen about loft conversions in their local glossy mag has now got a URL link and a domain name to a landing page, not to a website. Therefore, people that have seen that magazine article about increasing living space at the fraction of a cost of moving house, they've followed the link that's on that magazine article, or they've clicked the link in that social media post, or they've clicked the link on that ad, and it sent them to the landing page to bring them into the automated funnel, not to the website. So that's the difference between a website strategy and a funnel strategy. They are completely different. Now, let me tell you now, you need both, but I'm telling you that the funnel strategy will convert higher than a website lead. So if you get a lead come through your website that fills a contact in form out, you've got no idea who they are. They could be a time waster for all you know. But because these people have been through a funnel and they've been vetted through the funnel and they've already booked a survey in with you while you're sleeping, they're more likely to buy from you than the random stranger that's just sent a contact us form in from your website. Step number 3 of the 5 is the 4 stages to building an actual funnel. Now, what I'd like you to do is draw an upside down triangle. So the spout at the top is wider than what you've got at the bottom. And what I want you to do with that triangle that I'm going to say is a funnel is I want you to split the triangle into 4 sections, because there's 4 stages in a funnel. Now, right at the very top, at the widest part, I want you to write top of funnel equals attract strategy. The second section down, I want you to write middle of the funnel equals conversion strategy. The third section down in the funnel, I want you to write bottom of the funnel equals sales strategy. And then the final bit right at the bottom, I want you to write call to action strategy. Now, let me just walk you through what I mean by each one of these 4 sections. Let's start back at the top with the top of the funnel. Imagine you've got this funnel. And what you're going to do with your attract strategy, in other words, the bog standard 5 things that you might be currently doing in your business right now that's probably the same as everyone else. We said you were going to use social media, lead directories, printed literature, paid ads, and word of mouth. Let's not even focus on the other 15 different attract strategies that you should be doing. Let's just take them bog standard 5. We now know that that's called an attract strategy. In other words, we're using them 5 pieces of marketing to attract people to our business. But in this case, we're going to send them not back to your website. We're going to send them back to the landing page that forms part of the funnel. So in the top of the funnel, we are going to fill the top of the funnel with all the different leads that are coming in from them 5 different ways of attract strategy. And we're going to fill the top of that funnel with them all. So the top of the funnel, the reason why we call it equals attract strategy is that's where you're going to pour every single one of your leads into the top of that funnel. Let's move down to the second one, which is called middle of funnel. And I said this equals your conversion strategy. So in other words, we don't know how many of them people that we've just poured into that funnel are cold leads, warm leads, pre-sold ready to buy leads, time wasters, tire kickers. We've got no idea because we've just poured them all in. So this funnel is designed to wean out as many of the time wasters, as many of the tire kickers, and as many of the cold leads as possible. So as they're filtering through your funnel, let's get rid of all them. Because why on earth are we going to spend our valuable time on people that haven't got the right budget or want things done yesterday, but you're booked up for 3 months in advance? What's the point of dealing or even speaking, never mind even going and doing a survey, and wasting your time for time wasters and tire kickers? There's no point. So what we're going to do here is we're going to introduce a vetting form, so that once they've hit the landing page and they've found out all the information they need to find out about, in my example, loft conversions, the next thing we want them to do is we want them to fill out a vetting form. Now, I'm going to come on to vetting forms in a bit more detail shortly. But once they've gone through that vetting form where you've asked them a series of questions, including budget and timescales, and any other question that you need to ask them to determine whether they are a time waster or a pre-sold ready-to-buy customer or client, once you've asked them that question and they've filled out that vetting form, if they don't fit the criteria that you're looking for, the vetting form will stop them and not let them move to the next stage of the funnel. So you could set it whereby if they answer this particular budget to the budget question, we can't work with people that want a boiler fitting for 1,200 quid. So what would happen is, if they put their budget in and it was less than a certain figure, it would pop up saying, "We're ever so sorry, we can't fit boilers for the budget that you've put in. In other words, good luck, bye-bye. You're a time waster." But if they put a budget of $3,000 in, then the vetting form would let them pass through. Are you with me? So the vetting form in the middle of the funnel is so important, because remember, you don't want to get up to an inbox full of time wasters, and the only way we can get rid of them is by vetting them out, and that's called the conversion strategy of the funnel. Now, assuming that the person filling out the vetting form has actually put all the right criteria in, they will then drop through to the next part of the pipeline, which we call the bottom of the funnel. And this is called the sales strategy. So at this point, once they've hit the sales strategy, we don't want that sales process, remember, to stop. So we've established that they are the right target market for us because they've gone through the vetting form. But on the sales strategy point, what is it that you want them to do next? Because for me, almost every single trade imaginable, I would have thought at this point, needs to send them perhaps to a calendar where they can either book a photo survey, a video survey, or a home or site survey with you. And this is continuing the sales pipeline. Remember, you're asleep in bed on a Sunday night. They've hit your landing page. They've gone through your vetting form and passed all the checks. Right, what do you want them to do next? Because you're asleep, remember. You can't tell them what you want them to do. The funnel pushes them to do what you want them to do next. And I always suggest for all trades construction businesses, you need a funnel building that sends them to a calendar. And on that calendar, like I've said, you either give them the option to send photos and dimensions in, right, of what it is that they want, so that you can look at them photos, look at them dimensions, look at the budget and the time frame and all the other questions they filled in the vetting form, and then maybe give them a budget figure before you've even gone out to see them. Or they hit that calendar and it allows them to book a video survey in. And what I'm sort of like pushing my inner circle members to in particular is why are you wasting time and effort driving to the other side of a town and city for somebody to look at a job? In today's day and age, when most people are tech savvy now, they would much rather doing a quick video survey of what it is that you need to look at, rather than you going out and seeing them as an initial budget figure. Or the third option is the calendar, and you might say, I'd rather go out, Craig. Well, if you want to go out and waste your time looking at every single job that goes through your vetting form, then by all means do it. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to go and waste your own valuable time, then crack on. So if you want to go and do the old school, I'm going to have to go and look at every job, then they get a calendar that says, right, I'm available to do surveys on these days at these times. And you set the days and times. So you are owning your time and you're owning the relationship with the customer. Because if you turn around and go, oh, when's convenient for you? They'll have you going out at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening, and that's no good, is it? So you set your own dates and you set your own times. Now, what I'm asking you to do is work out what you want to happen in that sales strategy in the bottom of the funnel. Because number 4, underneath that, I asked you to write down call to action strategy. Because not everybody might want to do some form of survey at that point. In other words, you might be a plumbing and heating engineer, and you've got a funnel set up for people to opt into a care plan, as an example. Well, you don't necessarily need, at this stage, to go and do a site survey to get someone signed up to a 20 quid a month care plan. What you do at this point is you would then, in your sales strategy, send them to a page that gives them the option of maybe 3 care plans that they can choose, maybe one at 10 quid a month, one at 15 and one at 20. And on that page then, they can select the one they want, put the card details in, set up the direct debit, take the first payment automatically while you're in bed, right? So you get up the next morning, and instead of having an inbox full of appointments, you've got an inbox full of people that have purchased your care plan. Once they've purchased your care plan, then you can speak to them about the job and what's involved. Are you with me? So the call to action at the bottom is whatever you want it to be. It could be subscribe to our YouTube channel. It could be buy a care plan, book an appointment, subscribe to my podcast, subscribe to my newsletter. It could be anything at the bottom. But I believe that every trades business owner on the planet needs to, at some point, survey or look at a job, whether that's photos being sent in through a photo survey, appointment booked in for you to do a video survey on FaceTime or WhatsApp with a customer, so they can show you what they want before you go out, or the old school, you go and look at every single job in person. Either way, you've got to at some point look at that job, haven't you? So I'm suggesting that your first funnel starts off with them ending up on a call to action, which is book in a survey. And let's assume that they do follow your call to action. You will get up in the morning to an inbox with either photos and dimensions, because they've opted for the photo survey. In other words, they've took photos that you've asked them to take and they've uploaded them along with any dimensions, so you can look at the job, look at the vetting form and give them a budget figure. Or you wake up and they've booked in a video survey or a home or site survey, and all that's already booked in, and all the automations with emails and text and confirmations and reminders of your appointment are going to get triggered automatically. So when we talk about the 4 stages of building a funnel, number 1, it's the top of the funnel. How can we fill the top of the funnel with as many people as we can from the attract strategy? Number 2, the middle of the funnel is the conversion. To increase our chances of converting these into paying customers, we need to get rid of time wasters and tire kickers only leaving us with pre-sold, ready to buy and warm leads. They get to the end of the survey, the vetting form, and then they're presented with a calendar. Oh, what's this? Oh, look, I can book either a photo survey, video survey, or I can actually get them round. Let's go and choose one of the times that they've set. They choose it. They click confirm booking. They then get automated emails and texts, which looks incredibly professional. You're in bed snoring. You just get up on a Monday morning. Your inbox is full. That's where we need to be. And these are the differences between websites and funnels. Funnels are laser focused on achieving the end goal and don't stop the sales process. Websites are designed to be found on Google, but remember, the contact us is going to stop the sales process. Unless, instead of having a contact us form on your website, the vetting form that you've just built as part of your funnel, you put your vetting form on your website instead of your contact us form. And now, when they go through your website, they're going to go through the same vetting form. And what are they met with at the end of the vetting form? They're met with a calendar for the photo survey, video survey, or home or site survey. So we can start to use our website as a little bit of a funnel. It's going to be nowhere near as powerful and as laser focused as the landing page to vetting form to appointment calendar funnel, but it's better than the contact us form. Why? Because the website is now not stopping the sales process. Step number 4 of 5 is what goes into and makes up a funnel. So if we summarise what we've been talking about so far, but make this a little bit more, let's say, simpler to understand, what goes into building the funnel as we're just discussing now? There are more complex funnels that we can build, but I'm asking you to start off with a funnel that ends up with people booking a survey with you, which we're all going to need. So when you break this down, none of this is really complicated, because all I'm asking you to do is go away and build 3 things, 3 assets. Asset number 1 is a landing page. And we know what one of them is now. It's just like having one page, like a one-page website, but the only thing on that one page is the information about the product or service that you're offering. So all we're going to do is build one landing page. That's it. It's not complicated. Number 2, you're going to build a vetting form where you're going to ask a series of questions. And my advice is, instead of putting, let's say, 8 questions on one page, you ask one question at a time. And you have like a progress bar that shows you've answered 1 of 8 questions. Now you've answered 2 of 8 questions. And the reason why we advise you ask 1 question at a time is some people might look at a form that's got 8 questions on and go, there's 8 questions there. It's going to take me 5 minutes to fill this in. I ain't got 5 minutes just now, right? And then you're going to overwhelm them and lose them. Whereas if you just ask 1 question, and once they've answered that 1 question, it flicks to the next one, there's not as much overwhelm there, because all they're doing is asking 1 question at a time. So all the vetting forms that we build for our members and our clients, we just build them 1 question at a time. So all you're going to do is build a vetting form. That's it. And then the 3rd part of this is you're going to need a calendar. A little bit like a calendar that you might be using on Google Calendars or Outlook. You just need an online calendar where people can then go, hang on, what times have they got available to come and do the survey? Oh, they've got 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Can we do that, Dave? Yeah. Are we going to pick kids up from school in time and childminders? Yeah, we'll be back for 6. Right, let's book 6 o'clock on Tuesday. And then they book the times that you set. So all you need is a calendar. So 3 things so far. You're going to build a landing page, you're going to build a vetting form, and you're going to need a calendar. How easy is that? But then sat behind the calendar, you're going to need a little bit of automation that kicks in. So make a note of this. This is what you need when the automation kicks in. When that customer books that 6 o'clock on Tuesday as an example, as soon as they book it, they're going to get an automated email triggered confirming that 6 o'clock on Tuesday is now booked in your diary. They're also going to get an automated text message, because from this point on, all the forms that you add anywhere online, whether it's a vetting form, whether it's on a landing page, whether it's your contact us form, you've got to start collecting mobile numbers. Because what I'll teach you, not in this podcast, in another, or in our growth club or in a circle, you know I teach you this anyway. SMS marketing is incredibly powerful. More people will open their text messages than they do their emails. So we need to be collecting mobile numbers. So as well as getting the email confirmation, they're going to get a text message confirmation, which looks super slick and super professional. At that same time, you, the business owner, are going to get an email triggered to your inbox and a text message if you want. You don't have to have the text, but I'd advise you get it. You get an email and a text that says, congratulations, Mrs. Jones from this address has answered these 8 questions, and it gives you all the answers to all the questions. Here are the photos they've uploaded, if they've uploaded any photos. Here are the measurements that they've given, if they've given any measurements. And they've booked a video survey or home or site surveying for 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Then what happens is 24 hours before that appointment, your customer will get an automated email and text reminder that they've got this appointment with you, just in case they've forgotten. And you, the business owner, will also get an automated email and text message reminding you. Or if you're not doing the survey and you've got a member of your team doing the survey, it will be sent to them, reminding them that they've got this survey that they need to attend in 24 hours' time. So when you break this down, none of this is mega complicated. You might be sat there going, blimey, Craig, it might not be complicated to you, but I didn't even know what a landing page was. Don't worry, it don't matter. Everybody starts off in the exact same boat. You speak to my Growth Club and Inner Circle members. When I go through all this strategy in person and help them build this out in person with them, they're sat there going, how do we do this? I'm like, don't worry. Everything you do for the first time is new knowledge. It's new learning. It's bound to feel a bit strange. But unless you learn how to do it, then you're never going to progress. Remember, when you're prepared to do things that other people are not prepared to do, then you'll generate better results. And once you've done it once, it's like riding a bike. You've done it once, it's like, this is easy. I don't even know why I thought it were complicated. It's not complicated. You build a landing page, you build a vetting form, and you need a calendar. And then sat behind them, you need some automated emails and text messages. Now, what you've got to think about is this. Once this funnel is built and it's live, it's built and it's live forever. Don't get me wrong, you can switch it off. So at the point where you become oversubscribed and you've got too much work on, you don't want any more leads coming in, which will happen, you can switch the funnel off. But what I'm saying is it's like a tap. You build it, you send it live, you get more than enough work in you need, you switch it off. But then as the work is running down, you think, right, I need some more leads coming in for the next couple of months. Right, switch it back on. Once it's built forever. And it works forever. You don't have to touch it. So all you need to focus on is driving traffic to that landing page and let the funnel and the sales process take care of everything whilst you're sleeping. Step 5 of 5 is the software that you're going to need to build out your funnels. And this is really, really simple, because you'll hear me talking all the time about some marketing, sales and automation software that we use called Leadzilla. And Leadzilla has got to be one of the most powerful marketing, sales, all-in-one platforms for any business owner to use. Because inside Leadzilla, you can build funnels, landing pages, even websites inside Leadzilla. So when I said to you, all you need to do is build a landing page, you can build a landing page yourself inside Leadzilla, even if you're not tech savvy. Even if you don't even think you know where to start with building a landing page, you don't have to worry, because inside Leadzilla, we've built over, get this, 1,000 landing pages, all templated up. All you need to do is log into Leadzilla, go to the funnels section, choose a template that you like the look of for your landing page, and then it's literally drag and drop. To replace the logo in the top left-hand corner, you click on the logo that we've uploaded as an example, and then upload your own logo, and bingo, it pulls your logo in. If you want to change some of the text or some of the titles, all you do, like a Word document, you click on it, you delete your text, you type in the text that you want, hey presto, you've got your new heading, you've got your new titles. If you wanted to add a video, you can go select the video from maybe YouTube, upload your Vimeo, it pulls your video straight onto your landing page. So colours, fonts, everything is at the click of a button, and you've got over 1,000 templates inside to build your landing page. Likewise, if you haven't got a website, or you've got a website but you know that it's not really converting, again, inside Leadzilla, we've got over 1,000 websites, templates that we've built, and it works exactly the same. You choose the website you like the look of, and it's drag and drop the exact same way as building a landing page. You can build your own website. Also inside Leadzilla, you can build your vetting forms. And all these can be branded up. Again, we've got templates galore. You just select your template, write in the question that you want. If you want multiple choice answers or radial buttons or a bigger box for them to put more content in. If you want them to upload an image, you can add an upload button on where they click it and then it sends them to their camera roll, perhaps on the phone, or to their desktop, or downloads on their laptop to upload images. You can build it out where they can put measurements in. All that can be done from templates inside Leadzilla. Calendars. You don't have to mess around trying to hook up Google or Outlook or whatever you're using, because inside Leadzilla, you get your own calendar. You set your calendar with the dates and the times that you want to do the surveys. You connect that calendar into the funnel, and then all of a sudden now you've got a professional looking branded up calendar where people can select the dates and times that they want to do that survey. So the 3 things that you want to build, you can build with ease inside Leadzilla. But it doesn't stop there. Because if you remember, we said you've got to trigger automated emails and text messages to either your customer or yourself. Well, yet again, inside Leadzilla, all that automation to trigger emails and text messages is all inside Leadzilla. All you need to do is write out your emails, write out your texts, set a trigger to when they are going to get sent. In other words, when somebody clicks submit on the calendar, I want you to trigger the confirmation email and confirmation text to that customer. As soon as somebody clicks that button, you just set it up and then your automated emails and text messages get triggered. So as you can see, the reason why we keep banging on about Leadzilla as a piece of software that will run your entire marketing and sales for you, everything plus, seriously, another 50 different things that you might want to do with your marketing can be all done inside one piece of software, which is called Leadzilla. So when it comes to building this out, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. And when you look inside our growth club and our community, you will see that inside our growth club, we've got over 40 training videos showing you step by step how to set Leadzilla up and how to use all these different features. We've got video tutorials showing you how to do everything that you need it to do. All you need to do is follow the videos and then you can go and build whatever you want to build, whether it be a website. You can schedule your social media posts to go out through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. All that lot can be scheduled inside Leadzilla to be triggered at certain dates and times. You've got a CRM inside Leadzilla, so it's like a database of all your customers' details. It does everything. So, when I said to you at the beginning of this session, are you doing old school type of marketing that everybody else is doing? If you're not doing these funnels and you've not got everything set up like I'm sharing with you, then I'd suggest that you're behind already, because doing the old school marketing is not going to put another £1 million worth of turnover or profit on your business, because you'll only be able to generate the same amount of leads you're generating now. For things to change, you have to change, or all you'll ever have in your pocket is change. All these strategies are available through the Trades Freedom Club. Whether you're a Growth Club member or an Inner Circle member, you know we teach you all this. All you've got to do is have a different mindset to how you're going to market your business moving forward. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I said that I was going to share with you a way in which you can get access to the full training session that we did in our Growth Club a couple of weeks ago that goes through everything that I've just covered in a lot more detail, but live demos whilst doing it. Now, in the resources section below this episode, you will see that you can become a member of our Growth Club. And when you join the Trades Freedom Club's Growth Club, you're going to get access to live weekly marketing and business training in all areas of your business, from all the latest marketing strategies to AI to landing pages, funnels and websites and social media strategies, all the way through to teaching you all the numbers that you need to understand in your business, how to systemize and automate your business so it runs like clockwork, how to employ the right team to get you off the tools so that you can take a back seat, and a whole lot more. Now, each week we run training and coaching sessions on Leadzilla, ServiceMate as software. Plus, you get live Q&As and coaching with me and my team and our partners. But not only do you get the live weekly coaching, inside our platform, you get access to pre-recorded courses along with worksheets and workbooks and plans to work through at your own pace and your own leisure in all the different areas that you're going to need to master in your business. And one of those areas that we work through is the recordings of all of our training is all recorded live and then added into our live recordings library. So not only do you get access to live weekly coaching with me and my team, you also get access to pre-recorded courses that you can work through at your own pace, and you get access to all the live sessions that we've ever done in the past, and what we do each week are recorded and added into a library. And then all the questions or all the topics or all the areas of all the coaching sessions and all the training sessions and live Q&As that we run, all the videos are time-stamped. So if you wanted to find a specific answer to a specific question, yes, by all means, you can watch the whole video, but you can flick to the questions or the parts of the recording that you need the answers to by using all the timestamps. Now, all of that you can get access to and a whole host more when you become a Growth Club member. So to discover more about how you do that and get access to the recordings and all the live training, if you click the link in the description of this resource and head over to our Growth Club, find out how we can help you to build, grow and scale your business. And if you think that we can help you, then we'd encourage you to join our Growth Club and come and join our thriving community. Likewise, if you wanted to take opportunity of having a 14-day free trial to Leadzilla, so you can go and have a look at all the different wonderful, powerful features you get access to when you get access to Leadzilla, again, you can click a link below this episode and that'll take you through to a 14-day free trial. After which, then the payment will kick in moving forward after your 14-day free trial. But you can go and fill your boots for 14 days and see if you think Leadzilla is the right software for you. And remember, the business is never the problem. The problem is always the mindset of the business owner. I'll catch up with you on next week's episode and I'll see you at the top. Thank you.